I know there's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events. There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business. Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented, I wear since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of. Every Memorial Day we hold a service remembering him, attended by friends and family and the people who loved him. I don't need anyone to remind me when he passed away or if he passed away.
I think you just heard why President Biden took to the lectern tonight. I think hearing all the pickup that he didn't remember when Beau died was something he felt had to be stood up to, and immediately. Did he help himself tonight? Democratic presidential candidate Dean Phillips joins us now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, Chris.
Got lucky having you in New York City. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
It's an open invitation for the pendency of your campaign. I know it's not easy to get on. You're getting on more, though.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Listen.
Got my first MSNBC interview in 4 months the other day, so it's changing.
Well, that's the belly of the beast, though. You know, so what's your take on the day? You had a couple of big things happen today in terms of shaping the election. What did you think of the presser?
Well, I think today was sad. Another sad day for America. Why are we even in these circumstances? The crime that was committed, clearly, but to see our president have to sit in front of America and talk about his son. I mean, that, by the way, that was a tough moment. I think the man's a wonderful man. I'm sad to see him in this position. I'm sad to see the decline. Why are we now litigating two men that 70% of the country does not want at the top of the ticket? What's wrong with our country? That's what I'm asking right now.
The party system.
But I'm not going to politicize. I think it's sad for the president and his family. The decline is obvious. I don't need to refer to it again. But the crime is also a problem. Both of our last two presidents clearly not following the law. But more than anything, it's sad. And I think the country should be reflecting right now on how this system is elevating two men, in this case, who are in their 80s by the time they're both in the next presidency, and the country doesn't want. That's the biggest issue right now, and I wish Americans would vote in primaries, Chris. If Americans would get out of their homes, vote in primaries, then we won't have to complain every November about this nonsense. 10, 12% of people, 4% in South Carolina last week. This is the United States of America. And instead of litigating slogans and having press conferences about whether he's able or not, why don't we get out and vote? Change, next generation. You got Nikki Haley on one side, you got me on the other. You know, we're in our 50s, we're ready, we're prepared, we're competent. We've got options, we got choices, but America isn't participating in the way we need to, and that's, I think, the big problem.
Depends on who the we is, though, doesn't it, Congressman? I mean, your party doesn't want robust primaries. I mean, what happened in New Hampshire was crazy.
The party doesn't, but Americans do. And my call to action is not my party anymore. I mean, you can see what's going on with our parties. I'm calling on Americans, tens of millions of Americans who don't participate right now, and are wondering, right now, watching the show, how could we be in this position? The reason why is the only people who participate in primary elections are the far left and the far right. The parties don't want you to vote in primaries. I'm inviting people, whether you vote for me or not, come vote in the primary. Please vote in the primary. If we don't, that is the biggest risk to democracy, participation.
Why wouldn't you make part of your platform? If I'm elected, I will, because I'll be the putative head of the Democratic Party, right? Sure, they'll have their chair, but they're going to listen to me if I'm president of the United States. I am going to go to every state. You say, you want any money from the National Party? Open your primary. Sure. And have it where anybody can vote.
That's how it should be.
Why isn't changing the system more a part of the dialogue? Is it fear of pissing off the party and the system?
No, I think we have a system and structure in place, Chris, in which the people who are elevated tend to be the party faithful, the ones that climb the ladder, that wait their turn. I think a lot of people are angry with me because I have the audacity to get out of line and participate in democracy. So when I'm president, and if I'm in that position to reform the party, exactly, open primaries. We should invite competition. We shouldn't deny it. We shouldn't suppress voters and suppress candidates and suppress debate, all three of which the Democratic Party is doing right now, and I think the Republican Party. We got problems, and that's but it's like a chairman and CEO of a company. They tend to populate their board of directors with their friends, their yes people, and their cronies. So when circumstances appear that require real governance, they all back off. because they're friends with the CEO. And I think the Democratic Party should look at how better governance models work, in which the president should not be essentially the leader of the party. That's why there's so much deference right now. It is so clear. He should serve out this term. He's able, but he should not be running for another term for the United States presidency.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.